Hello everyone, it's Enigma here, and welcome to this video I've been planning on doing for a while now. And here I am finally bringing it to you guys, and this is actually a video I'm very excited to talk about, because I want to talk about my predictions for the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate DLC Fighters Pass. So, near the end of the Direct for November 1st, Sakurai talked about that there's going to be 5 DLC fighter packs for, throughout, from this point on to, well, from after the game is released to around 2020. And we're going to be getting fighters, gradually. And, this is something I want to talk about because there's been a lot of talk about how people are saying that Nintendo is choosing the DLC fighters and that the DLC fighters are already chosen. And while I do think that's the case, these characters, people aren't going to expect just because people think that, just because Nintendo is thinking of these DLC fighters means that, these characters aren't going to be in. I still think these characters are going to be in. I don't think just because Nintendo is choosing the DLC, because I really do think that the characters I'm going to be talking about are good from a business standpoint because of how much people want them. Now, I know that's what Sakurai was doing, but I personally feel Nintendo might have, the same logic behind choosing characters. They might want to, go for more characters that people want. And come on, it's delusional for Sakurai to at least not include, at least one, surprise character that everyone has wanted. So I think there is going to be those characters, and, these are just my predictions. I'm not saying that this is, a for sure thing, but these are things I think make the most sense. So I'm going to talk about the fighter packs right now that I have listed. So the first fighter pack, Fighter Pack 1, the fighter is Geno, obviously, because I still think Geno was in the stage, Forest Maze, and songs such as Beware of the Forest Mushrooms. Geno. Now, I've heard a lot of people saying that Geno was basically, not going to be... Guys, don't worry, Geno is not deconfirmed. Just because he's a spirit and an icon for the online battles, it does not deconfirm him. Mewtwo and Lucas were trophies before they were made DLC fighters, and Sakurai literally came out and said that spirits are supposed to be like the trophies of this game. And King K. Rool and Wii Fit Trainer also have spirits. So just because Geno is a spirit, that does not mean anything. So, people don't need to be worried that Geno is deconfirmed. He's not deconfirmed. Now, I've heard some people say that Geno is not going to be in because Nintendo is coming up with the DLCs, and people are pretty sure that Geno was, far back in Nintendo's head. Well, that's where you're wrong. I think Geno was actually good from a business standpoint because imagine the outcry if Geno did not get in. That is delusional. Geno, I feel like more people will get Geno over, I think Geno, a lot of people would get Geno, and I think he would be... Sorry about that skip, I had to do something, but I think Geno was good for a business standpoint because would you imagine all the people getting Geno? Because Geno is such a heavily requested character. And I've been seeing so many, memes about him saying, oh, he's literally who is he? And those jokes make no sense because Super Mario RPG was a highly successful title for its time. It may not have been in the top 50, but God, that game, from critics, that game was, mind-blowing at the time. It told a decent story, had really fun and memorable characters. It was just, a fantastic game, and I just do not get the literally who joke. That makes no sense at all. And Geno is just you know, he's popular. Maybe not to the casual fans, and now I do see this point of view. I understand that, you know, casual fans might not care for Geno or even know who the hell he is. And that's probably, you know, where the literally who joke came from, but Geno, you know, but the majority, I'll say this, the majority of Smash fans are hardcore fans, and a lot of people would really love to see Geno, and, you know, I'm pretty sure he was high up there on the ballot. He was probably, I believe he was, like, in the top 10, probably. He was up there, and, you know, Geno, a lot of people want Geno, and, you know, he's getting, you know, he has a wide popularity throughout fans. Maybe not everyone, but a lot of people want Geno, and, you know, Geno is just obvious in my opinion. And if Geno just does not make it in, I personally won't care, because we already have a fantastic roster as it is, but people are going to be so disappointed. I honestly feel that Geno, you know, the disclusion of Geno is going to probably be even bigger than Waluigi or Shadow and Isaac. Geno, a lot of people thought Geno was a lock for base, but Geno just did not happen. And if Geno was not considered for DLC, or even if they just do not have a Smash Ballad, then I just do not know what they will do. Like people are just going to be outraged if Geno does not make it in. Now, you guys can make literally who jokes all you want, I really don't care, but that is my opinion on Geno. Just because I want him doesn't mean you have to want him either. It's just some people want certain characters, and Geno is one of my highly wanted characters. I love Mario RPG, and I love Geno. That's just how it is. I really love the game he comes from, and I just love him as a character, and seeing him in this game would be, oh, beautiful. It would be so beautiful. And the Forest Maze stage, that'd be such a cool stage to play on, like, in HD, and then hearing the Beware the Forest Mushroom stage, like, oh, please, that's like a dream come true. I mean, I know there's brawl hacks for it, but if it's actually made by Nintendo themselves, like, oh my god. But that's going into too far into detail. Let's just go on to Fighter Pack 2, which is, I listed the Chorus Kids. Now, I think, well, the fighter is Chorus Kids. The stage will be like Rhythm Heaven. It will be like not like a moving stage, but a stage similar to WarioWare, where you go through all these rhythm mini games, and that's where you fight on and avoid the obstacle. Yeah, it's pretty similar to WarioWare if you really think about it. And the songs are the ones where are the mini games where the Chorus Kids are from. I don't know, what the song is, but or what the mini game is, but hey, so Chorus Kids. I know I said Karate Joe a long time ago. I was like, Karate Joe, he's gonna be the new Rhythm Heaven rep. But now my bets are leaning more towards the Chorus Kids. And that's because, Karate Joe is cool and all, but I don't think there's a lot that, Nintendo could do with Karate Joe that could really make him stand out and interesting. The reason why people want Chorus Kids is because those characters represent the series more than Karate Joe does. Whereas Karate Joe he's just a generic white fighter. Like, he's colored completely in white, and he's just a fighter. He does karate. That's it. Chorus Kids, on the other hand, they'd be much more unique, as they'd be 3 characters in one, and they would do a lot of rhythm-based attacks, and, they would, attack and stuff. They would just be really cool characters, and I would actually really prefer them over Karate Joe. But, I mean, if Karate Joe got in over them, I honestly wouldn't care, but I feel like Chorus Kids are far more unique than Karate Joe, whereas Karate Joe, all he does is punch and kick. And I don't really know what they would do, like, with a moveset and expand it. Yeah, I created a moveset Mondays for him, but really looking back at the moveset Mondays, really all I can say is that a lot of his moves were just punches and kicks. Like, they gotta do more with him in order to make him unique, and I really don't know if they could do that with Karate Joe. Chorus Kids, on the other hand, is a completely different story, because with them, they can go outside the boundaries. All they do is really sing, but, you know, Sakurai can do other things with them, and it wouldn't be weird. Whereas Karate Joe, some stuff, like, you just can't make him do. Chorus Kids, they'd be far more unique characters, and, you know, playing on a Rhythm Heaven stage, that would be really cool. And Rhythm Heaven songs, that would be cool as well. I just think Chorus Kids, you know, they gotta be in. You know, they're just, you know, characters. Like, I know a lot of people aren't even familiar with Chorus Kids, but I personally feel Rhythm Heaven is, like, the only first-party Nintendo series, besides, like, ARMS, I guess, that isn't represented with a character. And Rhythm Heaven is really important because it's heavily popular on the handheld systems, and, you know, a lot of people just love Rhythm Heaven, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people would love Chorus Kids as, you know, playable characters, and I think for DLC they could be very possible, and I think they'd be very interesting since they're kind of like 2D characters similar to Mr. Game & Watch. So I think Chorus Kids are perfect for this Fighter Pack. So yes, Fighter Pack 2 would be Chorus Kids, the Rhythm Heaven stage, and, you know, Rhythm Heaven songs. So anyways, let's move on to Fighter Pack 3. The fighter is Bandana Waddle Dee, the stage is Cookie Country, and the songs are Kirby's Return to Dreamland. Songs from that game. So, Bandana Waddle Dee. Now, I know Sakurai said he doesn't like to represent his own series that often in Smash, but Bandana Waddle Dee is criminal to not include in Smash, thinking about it more. Because you have Kirby, King Dedede, and Meta Knight. Those are 3 heroes of the Kirby series, but there's one more hero that is always on their adventures, and probably even on more adventures than Meta Knight and King Dedede, is probably Bandana Waddle Dee. Bandana Waddle Dee, you know, he's pretty up there in fan requests, and you guys can just not use the excuse of Goomba with a bandana, because look at Piranha Plant. He's a playable character. Sakurai made him work, so you guys can't use that excuse anymore. Bandana Waddle Dee is almost as likely as characters like Geno and Banjo. Characters like that. Bandana Waddle Dee, you know, it's just, there's no reason why he can't be playable at this point. He's a character from Sakurai's own IP, and, you know, he's just perfect. And if they want to throw in another character from a first-party series, then they got to include Bandana Waddle Dee. Like, it's criminal that he has not been in a Smash game yet. Like, he's probably been on more adventures than Meta Knight and King Dedede. So not having Bandana Waddle Dee just does not make sense in my opinion. So I really don't know much to say about Bandana Waddle Dee, but I do know that he's highly requested, you know, criminal that he's not in Smash yet, and, you know, just a character that makes sense. You know, he has a lot of moveset potential. Like, I'm surprised, you know, Sakurai has not added him yet. And, you know, I'm pretty sure for DLC, Bandana Waddle Dee will come and join Kirby, Meta Knight, and King Dedede. I think that's very likely. So, Fighter Pack 3 is definitely Bandana Waddle Dee, the Cookie Country stage, and songs from Kirby's Return to Dreamland, and probably other Kirby games like Kirby Star Allies. But yeah, that's my prediction. Fighter Pack 4 is... Okay, here's the Fighter Pack. The fighters are Banjo and Kazooie. Spiral Mountain is the stage, and songs are Spiral Mountain and Treasure Trove Cove. please, Sakurai, please add Banjo. I'm already disappointed that that Grinch leak is fake, and not having Banjo and Kazooie would just be so upsetting. Banjo and Kazooie are heavily requested characters. Now, I know what some people are saying. Banjo and Kazooie is owned by Microsoft. Microsoft is never going to allow it. But Microsoft has gone on record saying that they would love to see Banjo in Smash. And what really makes me believe that Banjo and Kazooie are gonna be as the I'm actually confident about Banjo and Kazooie, and here's why. So we all know when that Grinch leak was going around, there was so much, speculation about it, and then people are starting to look at trademarks for those series. We still cannot dismiss the Banjo and Kazooie trademark. It was trademarked, that could be for the N64 Classic Edition, but here's the thing. Banjo and Kazooie are highly requested characters. They're very important to Nintendo history. They're criminal that they haven't been in Smash yet. They honestly should have been in Smash since the very first Smash game. They're that iconic. And I think the smart decision for Nintendo, while they're talking to Banjo and Kazooie about the Nintendo 64 Classic Edition, because, come on, they gotta add Banjo and Kazooie and, other games like Diddy Kong Racing to, the Nintendo 64 Classic Edition, and it wouldn't feel like the Nintendo 64 Classic Edition without those games. So I honestly feel that there's going to be an N64 Classic Edition. So while they're talking to Microsoft about, having Banjo and Kazooie on the N64 Classic Edition, they could also talk about the idea of Banjo and Smash. Like, that goes really well together. And, I can just totally see Sakurai doing something like that. It's nothing new. Sakurai has done stuff like that before. He's talking to companies about certain things, and then he brings up Smash Brothers and tries to get a character from that company. He's done stuff like that before. So, the fact that, Banjo and Kazooie are highly requested characters, they're very iconic, they gotta be in Smash at this point. I understand where people are coming from with the Microsoft thing, but Nintendo and Microsoft are friends, and, Microsoft has already said they're fine with it, so I really don't see why Banjo and Kazooie will not get in. And, God, don't even get me started on the stage. I would just love to play on a Spiral Mountain stage. That would be so fun. Just all the possibilities for that stage, that would be cool as hell. I would love a Spiral Mountain stage, and then having songs like Spiral Mountain and Treasure Trove Cove, oh my god, that would be amazing. That would be such a fun experience, and that just really makes me want Banjo and Kazooie, and I'll honestly be disappointed if they choose, a character like Steve over Banjo and Kazooie. Now, here's something I want to bring up. A lot of people think that Steve is a better business decision, but I still think Banjo and Kazooie is a better business decision. Because, yes, Minecraft is one of the most popular games in the world. It's up there with Tetris. But the thing is that creepers are more iconic than Steve. But if they made it, creepers wouldn't work, because if they reach contact with anything, they blow up. Steve, I just don't see it, because, Steve is such a dull character. He's literally made of blocks, and you don't even see him for the main game. Most of Minecraft is in first person, so adding Steve, a lot of people wouldn't really care about that. I could see a creeper being an assist trophy, but then again, I don't know if they would have DLC assist trophies, so maybe not, but hey, who knows? But I'm still sticking with Banjo and Kazooie because they're just way more popular, and, I just don't see why they would choose Steve from Minecraft over these two characters that should have been in since Smash 64. It just does not make sense. They haven't been in yet. So that's my thing about that. So I think Banjo Kazooie is very likely, despite what people say. So I'm still holding out hope for Banjo and Kazooie, and if they don't get in, then I'm gonna, you know, blame myself. But for the time being, I'm still holding out hope, and I'm still hoping that they get in, because they really deserve a spot in Smash, in my opinion. So yeah. Anyways, let's go on to the last fighter pack, which is Fighter Pack 5. This is probably the biggest one. The fighter should be Sora. I don't know what stage it would be, but somewhere from Kingdom Hearts 3, probably. In songs ranging from Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and 3. Alright, so I've heard a lot of people saying that the dream is dead and Sora is not going to be in Smash because, again, like I said, Nintendo is choosing the DLC. However, I think that Sora actually has a better chance than he did before. And this is because Kingdom Hearts is such a huge series. It's huge. It combines these original characters with Final Fantasy characters and even bigger, Disney characters. Kingdom Hearts is, you know, a huge crossover game, and, you know, it has a whole bunch of, you know, series. And here's the thing. The creator of Kingdom Hearts said that he would love to see Sora in Smash. In a similar case with Banjo and Kazooie. And not only that, but Disney came out and said that they would love to see Sora. So they really don't have to worry about going up against that much people, like people make him out to be. Like, people make it out to be like Sora would be just a hard task to be in. And at first I was like that because we had no idea where Disney stood on the idea of this, but since Disney came out and said that they would love to see Sora in Smash, that really makes me, you know, not too worried. I think Sora, you know, could be in as the third Square Enix rep, only behind Geno. Like, Sora is high up there in fan requests. Sometimes I honestly think he's probably even more requested than Geno. Like, Sora is highly requested, very popular. I mean, he's getting an upcoming game, like, 1 month after Smash launches. Like, you know, Sora just makes a whole lot of sense. And if they announce a Kingdom Hearts 3 port for Switch, because, you know, the creator of Kingdom Hearts said that he had thoughts of, you know, porting Kingdom Hearts 3 to the Switch. So I think it is coming to the Switch, and whenever it does, I think, like, it will probably be revealed at a Nintendo Direct. And probably that very Nintendo Direct that Kingdom Hearts 3 port is announced, they reveal Sora for Smash Brothers. I just think that flows really well together. And I could see Sakurai doing something like that. Because, again, the creator has thoughts of putting it on the Switch. And if they put it on the Switch, that, you know, Sora will be a lot more likely than a lot of other characters. Like, I think Sora, you know, the chances of Sora will greatly boost. Like, Sora, he's just a very popular character, and, you know, I don't get why people are saying that Sora is now unlikely because Nintendo is choosing the DLC. I honestly feel Nintendo might want to choose Sora, and they'll probably end up choosing Sora over Geno unless they choose both of them, which is why I included both on this list, but it's fair game at this point, whether it's going to be Geno or Sora. And I don't really care which one gets in, because I want them both, but, I mean, Sora, you know, his chances are boosting, so who knows from this point, but hey, I'm just going to bring it out there. And I don't know where the stage will take place, because, you know, there's so much places from Kingdom Hearts, and, you know, there's a lot of Disney locations that I don't think they're going to choose a Disney location, but who knows? That'd be really cool to see, but we're just gonna have to wait and see, and just listening to the Kingdom Hearts soundtrack, like, oh my god, that would be amazing. The idea of Sora, like, this character that interacts with Disney characters, making his way into a Nintendo fighting game. Like, that would be so cool, and I would be all down for that. Like, seriously. Sora has got to be one of the DLC fighters in mine, because I think he is actually more likely than he was before, if you ask me. I think his chances are looking bright. But what are your guys' opinions on the DLC fighters or the DLC fighters pass? What are your predictions? Let me know in the comments down below, and I would love to hear it. Anyways, this has been Enigma, and peace. See you next time.